I remember that in 2010, my boss said that we need smartphone business. And we thought, Jeffrey, you have to do that for MediaTek. So I moved from the non-mobile sector. I used to work for the home entertainment system, video processing, and the digital imaging products to the smartphone business. Many people say that the phone business is very difficult. And I think, okay, it's difficult, let me try. And I figured out it's much more difficult than everybody say. That's very tough, very competitive, very big guys in the world at that time. Say that the US company Qualcomm, Ericsson, TI, NVIDIA, Broadcom, many companies. But eventually we success. As you can see from David's presentation, we are the number 2 smartphone provider, number 2 smartphone chipset provider in the world. And we shipped roughly 300 million smartphone chipset to the world this year. Next year should be more, I believe. Why? Why can we success? Because the technology is our basic competition weapon. We think through how MediaTek is successful in the past. I think that the strategy is very simple. What the things MediaTek can do to help our customers and eventually help the end users is something we have devoted ourselves to that field. And we have very decent, we have very good results from all the sectors we have been involved. People might know or might don't know, you probably been used a lot of MediaTek products. Like, do you have a Sony TV, Sony Blu-ray player, or LG TV, or Samsung TV as well? Or you are using, before smartphone coming out, you are using navigation system like Garmin or TomTom. And for the phone, you are using Vodafone, AT&T phone, or the HTC or LG phones. You are using MediaTek solutions. And just Johan said that we just launched our solution with Amazon for the tablet. And there's a lot of other companies like Lenovo or Asus are using MediaTek tablet solution as well. And if you are playing games, the Xbox, there's something, some controller chips inside Xbox, it's based on MediaTek. So you probably contribute something to MediaTek as well. Thank you very much. And we are talking about the product. As a technology company, you have to do something technology better than others. I just list a few examples how MediaTek work excellence than others. Number one, we are the world's most advanced turnkey solution in mobile space and the other space as well. People don't quite understand the power of turnkey. They say, okay, you have a reference design, you have the design circuit and some software to the customer, and it works. It doesn't work. Or the other company will easily catch up MediaTek in that segment, and they don't. We have a bunch of very sophisticated infrastructure to support how the turnkey help the manufacturers to win the market, to deliver the right product to the market as soon as possible, and with great variety of design, features, configurations. The second example, we're probably the first to launch the quad-core mobile SoC in 2013, and in 2012, sorry. In 2013, we launched the world first true octa-core SoC in mobile space. And we are coming from the home entertainment. We have a bunch of very good products in the digital TV and the Blu-ray. We are the first to launch the 3D, 3-dimension digital TV system platform to the world. And for the connectivity, we also have very good reputation in the Wi-Fi Alliance. We are the nominated for the best, this year's award. We are nominated for the best next-gen Wi-Fi device and applications for the wireless broadband alliance. That's some example of how MediaTek work and how our product excellence in the technology. And because of so, we have some really interesting partnership with Google. That's the Android one, just the Johan mentioned. We come from the best position to explore the next billions of the internet users. And how Google say is the Google's main Android team's main mission is how to enable Google's experience into that next billion of internet users. And they figure out that's not PC users, that's not notebook users. They have to be phone users or tablet users for the next billions internet access, the young people in the emerging markets. So we discuss how MediaTek and Google can work together to make this happen. And the first step, we launched something in India with the Micromax, Spice, and Carbon. And next wave, there have been other South Asia companies like India, like Indonesia, Philippines, maybe East Europe as well. The concept is very simple. Google has the world's most comprehensive internet service. And MediaTek can deliver the very cost-effective, very affordable, good performance hardware-based to the emerging countries' users. So that's a perfect match. So we build something for Google. And Google use the hardware reference Turnkey. On top of that, they build their service and they deliver the software for them. So that comes to Android One. And the people in the emerging country, the brands like Micromax, they feel that's a very good opportunity for them. Of course, number one, they have some relationships to Google. Nobody will reject that. The number two, that kind of configuration enhance the overall user experience by MediaTek provide the well-tested, configurations by the hardware and some fundamental BSP software. And the Google have the most up-to-date, and they have the on-air update occasionally for ensure the best and most up-to-date Android experience through our hardware. So that's very perfect partnership with Google, and Google are very happy with that, and we are expanding to more countries. And Amazon worked with MediaTek since maybe roughly 1.5 years ago, because at that time we had the world advanced, world first digital HMP processor in the world. And they saw that's a perfect match for their affordable high-performance product for the Kindle tablet. So that's it. You already saw the product in the market. You already saw the introduction from Johan, and that's our contribution. I'm running for the mobile business, so I'm majorly talking about what's our mobile product advantage for that. The number one thing, we are the leading multimedia technologies. We're working from the company established 17 years ago. So more than 15 years, we were working for the high-end, high-quality video and audio processing. And we are first turnkey models, which leads to the very fast time to market and the design variety. We are the inventor for this kind of a turnkey reference-based model, and others are follow, and we are still leading. And the third, we are happy to say that we build a global modem spec. We add the CDMA 2000 into our SoC next year. So from next year, we'll all line up will be called the 7 mode, or you can say the world mode. It's ready for worldwide, all operators, nothing left. you may starting use iPhone 6 or Plus, right? You switch your old small screen iPhone 4, iPhone 5 into the large screen area. The large screen is definitely the trend. And the MediaTek, because we work for the video and audio processing for more than 15 years, we are very well capture this trend by our leading multimedia technologies. And we believe that the 5 and 5.5 or 6 will be the mainstream for the mid and high tier product in the following few years. You can imagine that if you use the 5.5 iPhone Plus, you are never going to back to 4 or 4.5. Never. Users get used to be spoiled by the big screen. And we do have very unique technology for the big screen, big mobile screen era. The number one is the mirror vision. Our mirror vision being introduced in last year. And it's a combination for some of the very advanced image and video processing technology in the world, coming from our number one DTV market share position. There are some dynamic contrast adjust real time, and some color enhancement and the selective sharpness. By reading the term, people may not understand how complicated or how MediaTek do well against others. And we have a demo in the back, some tables. After the presentation, you can look at how our technology can bring the real difference from the video perception point of view. In general, we have a very high performance real-time pixel-based process. It's not frame by frame. It's not global adjust. You gain some color in this portion, but you lose some situation in other portion. That's a pixel by pixel. It's very sophisticated, very analytic algorithm inside. There's a dynamic spatial and the temporal analysis. We keep certain frames for the processing purpose. And we use the temporal and the spatial relationship to produce the best picture by our long-term TV experience. So we can produce the state-of-the-art video and photo quality in the display. And you can see some example here, but it's the best thing you can do is to see the demo later. The second one is the clear motion technology. We also introduced many years ago in DTV, but we bring into the mobile phone sector since last year. It's a very interesting technology because people is not so aware of when you are viewing some movies, they are coming from studio. They are based on 24 frame or 25 frame or 30 frame. When you're viewing in the mobile phone, it's a 60 frame. The frame will repeat, and you will see the judder and the motion blur. We have the world's leading, most sophisticated motion compensating processing to up-convert, to insert some virtual frames into the 24 or 25 frame into 60 or even to 120. That make the whole motion, the whole movie, much more smooth, much more clear error. And you can see the demo later, too. And we are the first 120 hertz display in the world. Now every phone are using 60 hertz display. And when you upgrade to 120, you can see the smooth, something similar to like clear motion. You can feel the unprecedented browsing video and UI experience. But unfortunately, we cannot bring this demo here because it's the collaboration with the Japanese Display Incorporation. That there's a huge demo system we cannot bring to London. And the turnkey design lead to the very fast time to market. Now, how the turnkey design goes is in addition to giving some circuits, giving some reference software to the customer, we pre-test more than 200 vendors for the hardware, like the sensor, the Omnivision sensor, Toshiba sensor, Sony sensor, Samsung sensor. We pre-test and we pre-configuration and make the software driver available bug-free. So all the manufacturers, when they pick Samsung sensor or Sony sensor or the Omnivision sensor, they already have our work inside. They don't have to tune, they don't have to debug, they don't have to fix the interface again. So that's the basic philosophy we take. We pre-test, we match and pre-test a bunch of the hardware and the software. So that reducing the typical mobile phone design cycle from 9 months into 4 months. So roughly they can have a good new product every quarter. That's very important competition advantage for the manufacturers because time is money. It's very, very true in this sector. In addition to the fast, we also provide a great variety because we just explained, we pre-test a bunch of the hardware and software component to make it work seamless with our delivery turnkey package. So the users, the manufacturers can very easily to design, make their effort not to build the basic block. They can build something for the differentiate. They can have premium, they can entry like Android One, they have a Rocket, like Discovery in US, or like Philips, they have clamshell smartphone. And there's a bunch of stylish phones, just like Johan said, we have a Kazam. It's the thinnest slim phone in the world. Yeah. That's all based on our turnkey reference. That makes manufacturer can concentrate to what they can differentiate. They don't have to pay attention, pay effort to some basic, everybody share the same basic building block. They save that effort. And in this year, we have over 1,500 mobile projects running in MediaTek. That's a huge number and provide over 700 million feature phone plus smartphone shipment this year. And for the third point, I'd like to talk about our LTE modem. In this year, we launched our first generation LTE modem. It's based on 5 mode, which is FDD LTE, TD-LTE, CDMA, GSMA, and in China, the TDS CDMA. We build that's very quick, want to push to time to market. And we are launching the second generation LTE. We add the orange part, the CDMA 1X in video, which means it can be ready for worldwide operator, especially for China Telecom and in US Verizon. So that make our customer very easy to adopt our platform to make the all carrier-ready configurations in single platform. And also we reduce the die size, we reduce the power consumption. So that's second generation LTE modem will be equipped into our new launch product with the 16735. That's 7 more LTE. That's 7 more LTE second generation product, and that's a Qualcomm A53. We believe the 60-bit CPU processor should be the fundamental for the LTE segment. We understand that some other company are providing the old 32-bit A7 into the LTE space, entry LTE space in next year. We don't believe that's the right direction. For the LTE product, for the manufacturer and for the user, they want the future-proof. They can be upgraded to the Android L version or the M version next year. That would be 64-bit oriented. And for the 64-bit for the A53 is also gain the 30% higher performance than the A7, which is 2 years old. And in this product, we also equip our Mira Vision, just like say, our DTV processing technology into the mass market SoC. So the users and the manufacturer will enjoy, they can have a very good video and audio experience for the affordable product segment. So the last page, I will briefly explain the modem progress This year, we have the first generation LTE solution, as I explained. And today we announced the 173035, which is based on our second generation LTE modem. And then the second half of next year, we will have our third generation modem, which is include release 11 and the carrier aggregation and so on. And the next year, we will have the next world, the more advanced generation. We are kind of we are not the first people to introduce LTE in the world, we know. But we will catch up very, very fast. You can see our execution speed, our track record. In the 3G, we have the first product launch in 2011. That's our first 3G WCDMA smartphone product. And after 2 years, in this year, we can almost see no competition in the 3G segment in the smartphone space. We believe we can repeat that in the LTE again. And that's our commitment. And I'd like also invite Kazam to share how is their view for MediaTek and why they choose MediaTek for their most important partners. Welcome.
So good morning, everybody. My name's Michael Coombs, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Kazam Mobile. So for those of you who don't know much about Kazam, we're a new smartphone brand that has been operating in Europe now for less than 1 year. We're here to disrupt and innovate in what is a very crowded market. So, some of the more unique things that we offer, we put a lot of attention and care into our end customers. So simple things like 12-month screen protection. So all our mobile phones break the screen accidentally, and we will replace the screen for free. Or have a problem, we can remotely dial into your mobile phone using a service called Rescue Me, and we can help you analyze the problem and resolve it in 80% of cases without having the need to return it. So like I said, we've been operating for just under a year. Our first phone, and the vast majority of our phones, are MTK. And the reason we chose MTK is very simple. If we look at the multimedia functionality that we can bring to market with MTK chipsets, such as slow motion, such as face beautification, which I definitely need. These are all features that really enhance the functionality in our devices. But on top of that, we have leading edge technologies such as 8-core. It's not just 8-core for the sake of 8-core, but we have an optimized solution that actually helps maintain battery life, which is so key now. So many people you see, come lunchtime, come mid-afternoon, they're running out. Actually, the 8-core solution that we have, in every device that we've launched so far is comfortably getting a day's use plus. On top of that, the support that we get from MediaTek is phenomenal. We have reference designs available to us. We have armies of engineers, which is fantastic. But actually, that really doesn't mean a lot until I put it into practice. So for my guys, the industry is moving so fast, I need to take an idea and put it out to market quickly. And in most cases, I can get an idea and have it on the shelf within 2 months, which is completely unparalleled in this market. Having worked in other big brands, some of which you've seen here, we would be talking about phones 6, 9, 12 months before we got them to market. With MediaTek, 2 months, and we're out. So, what I'd like to do today is, as I mentioned, we've been operating now for a year. Today, I'd like to exclusively announce our new project, which started as a MediaTek chipset, in this case, the True 8-core. And around it, so that's basically the heart of the device. And around it, we've built a device called the Tornado 348, which is the world's thinnest smartphone. So that's coming to market next month across Europe. And I'd invite you to have a look at it during the break. So we've got a number of working samples here that you can play with, and you can see you can see what you can get for your money. And like I said before, for me, ignoring the price discussion, none of this would have been possible without MediaTek, because to get the technology and the speed to market would only be possible here with MediaTek. So thank you.